Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific in Mids Edition, and this is my play-by-email match against Xargun. He is the commander of the Allied Forces, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. Scenario 1, game version 26B, or very normal standard. I take you one more dot basis, source of Portland. And of course I try to conquer all of this Dutch East Indies dot bases and bases so that I try to minimize the operational range of enemy submarines in the Dutch East Indies for the future. Still this sub-hunter group at Perth. Okay. No bombardment at Burma. Xargun try not too much offensive operations so far. Once he had his carriers at Australia, but my battle cruisers catch him, and maybe after this he was a little more... he was maybe more passive, let's say this. When twice already he tried to bombard my troops at Apyap with shell bombardment with minimum damage so far. But this was the bigger operations he tried so far to stop or slow down my movements. So I hope in April or latest in June we have a lot more allied activity over the map. Obwohl, I don't know. I mean, I can conquer still what I need to take, so I don't want to really complain too much. But it's for sure not a Kilroy game where you have to expect every day a big clash everywhere around the map. But at the end, it was for me very easy to win it because of this. So, bombardments. I expected here maybe a cap trap, so I sent some more escort fighters, but no. So strikes for the airbase. I wish I could damage a little more. It was flag kill, naja. But I have at least 1 or 2 supply hits per day, so this maybe we will burn 200, 300 supplies per day. Not sure how many supplies are in Bendering, but I would guess 20 to 30,000. And the Dutch in the swamp are still moving, and it's hard to really hit them. but most air activity in Burma is recon. Xargun monitor my air bases, and so I do the same one with his own air bases, and I try to locate always a potential enemy build-up of enemy strategic or tactical bombers or something like this that I can maybe raid. There's still this allied submarine in the port of Auckland. It gets 3 hits, but still no heavy damage, so it's okay. These are my ships from Gisborne, from the original landing. I thought it's time because the minefield of Auckland was free or disappeared or was cleaned, swept. So I can swing in my ships and repair them in Auckland. Because in Auckland I have a shipyard, so I can fix all kind of damage there. And this is leftover maybe block force from Toyun. And I maybe luckily don't destroy this unit, so it's now empty, but not off the map, so the trigger to rebuild it will not start. This is an attempt to break down the block force here in the mountains after so many bombardments, but it's still not enough. I have here luckily nearly nothing destroyed, only disabled, but I can also not inflict a lot of casualties. So this unit still must have supplies. And my armored cars attacking, creating damage and killing, but the enemy have still too much morale that they don't give up. Maybe the British sends them some opium so they don't realize what is the situation. Not so sure. And I kick the Dutch. And now again you have this very odd retreat option. You can see this hex is neutral, this is neutral. And then this unit could walk over the mountains to this Dutch base. I mean, it's nearly impossible, but only nearly. So they can retreat. Okay, they retreat. So similar to yesterday, a standard day, not too much activity, but everywhere are small victories for Japan on the ground. Not a total victory, not a, that the Allies are losing heavily somewhere, very important locations, but I can push back the Chinese more and more. Today high ops losses, or related to I think Bendwing and other locations, but only 2 pilots getting killed, and army pilots, so easily to replace. No sinking sounds. Is American submarine getting damaged additionally, but not enough to really hurt it, I think. So in China, my mix brigade is still on the way. My armored cars still try to kick. Yeah, I think I get no experience with this. My division and the tanks, it was attacking, but only here damaged. And here again, nothing gets killed. All is fine. No reinforcements I need to call in, but I have to repair my damaged equipment. So I wait now for 1 more division. This will arrive the day after this, and then I will repair for 3-4 days. And then I will maybe attack and then take on with 2 divisions. Hopefully this is enough. Toyun fall, but this base have no industry, so it's not really too important. It's only, I can build here an air base of 8, means double AV, so it's a big airport. And it's on the rail, so I could use it later to, it's always to have it's good to have an airport on the rail that you can rail damage airplanes out if you need. And the range is then only 6. This is still out of range for a normal Oscar, but with drop tanks, I mean, you can fly it. But from Xi'an, I can fly 9. I always need drop things for the Oscars if I want to fly to Chongqing, if I really want this, but yeah. It is a strategic position for me, nothing really more. Have no economy input or advantage. Burma is a stalemate. I'm catching pictures. I am making pictures. I can see the amount of transport airplanes going up, but slowly only. Nothing too important. Sooner or later, I want maybe try to attack this airfield, but it's not clear terrain, so I'm not so sure if I can really hit it hard with one strike. Here are some smaller. Nothing too important. A lot of fighters here in Calcutta, makes sense. This is the industry heart in east of India. Everything else is normal. I build up still Port Blair, taking here the dot bases, nothing new, but I create an invasion fleet is preparing here at Phuket. I mean, everyone knows Phuket these days, but I think at that time it was only really only a small island, nothing more. Java, been doing damage is high, but today this last attack was not so successful, so the airfield damage going down. The Dutch retreating, nothing new here, nothing here. Some escort ships. I try to catch the Australian they run away, I try to catch them. This is also nothing new. I have here also a test ship. Check how good is or what range is the enemy search, how often they will detect me, and like this, because I will try to make an amphibious assault against Geraldton. This is my Western Australia landing target. And I also assemble here a new other task force will go for Rockhampton. Because Rockhampton is clear terrain and it's a rail link cross point, you can see the northeastern rail is connected all over to Rockhampton. And even Brisbane have a bypass, but Rockhampton have no bypass. So if you take Rockhampton or this city, I only don't know, I could take this city, but Rockhampton have the bigger, it's the port of 3 and the airbase of 3. And this is only 2 to 1. Additionally, this is clear terrain, so if any defender in Rockhampton is easily to overcome. I mean, if I have the advantage. We will see. This is still future. I arrive already at Hamilton. The New Zealand guys trying to escape. And I'm not sure if I want to wait that they escape or if I try to take the city. Problem is, if I try to take the city and fight with them, then there's always this risk that this will blow up the base or damage the base. First time I took the city, there was no issue, everything was fine. But who knows? We will see. Good. Anything else? Not so sure. I was not sure if this is maybe interesting. This land and pool. You can see here also my engine numbers, because sometimes I talk about this, and then you can see that this is really engines I produce, and some stuff is still in pool but it's not more under production, but I still can use it. So this H31, it's the engine I consume for the Army Scout airplanes. So I have still 173 in pool. I can produce this airplane for a long time and will not really need it. So there's no need to produce H31 in this time, because now in scenario 1 you have so limited amount of engine production capacity that you really focus better for 35, 34, 33 and maybe even 32. But 31 is really not more important. And the problem is that you only get this last turn and monthly. And the overall, I think, possible rate per month, and what is ready and what is disabled. You don't get a total production. For this you need a tracker, that you can see how many betties you ever, all of the game you produce so far. And yeah, that is only, and you can maybe see how many I use. Ah yeah, maybe this used. Ah yeah, they're negative. Yeah. This is engines, but I cannot switch off the engines. Ah, so pity. But you can see I used a lot of Oscars because I produce a lot of Oscars. At least in my opinion, only 1B and 1C is a frontline fighter. 1A is not ready and possible to fight. Same like Nate. They're purely training airframes. I don't use them for any combat battle. Maybe in the first week of the war, but latest after 1 week. You must stop with this. It makes no sense. You're only losing pilots with this. And maybe someone is interested in this. Troops and resources, I'm not too sure. Switch all off. You can see here my mines, and you can also see that more or less I don't have any pool left. I mean, first you have only the 3 mines, they're active. These other mines are not active. I think they're coming maybe later or for other scenarios. So I only have this 3 types of mines active, and this is the airdrop mines. They're coming end of the year. And you can see that I produce more or less 9 mines per day. And mainly this Type 93 mines. This is the only one I really improved, others is not so much. Type 93 mines are okay. You can also then, because not every mine is the same, I think you can see it. Here. If you check this here, mine 4, 88, 93 and type 9, and then you can see the effect. Then it's easy to see that this mine 4, the charge, the detonation charge or the potential damage is so small compared to the 88 mine or 93 mine. So this is also, if you have sometimes a mine hit and the ship is only little damage, then of course this can be luck. The mine hit only a normal, not a critical part. But you can also see this similar to what is the other mines here. 300, 400, 1100. So some mines have much more damage potential. And the Japanese mines are, compared to Allied mines, often weaker and smaller. And the only really good mine is, I think, the 88 mine. Yeah, not sure if you can see anything else here. Industry and resources is, I think, always the same. I can only say that this is more or less my top industry centers. If ever someone asks for this, you can see the Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, Yokohama, Kobe, Nagasaki. So these are the centers. I built them up. It gets often some clean numbers. And there's still 2 bases only with repair, Singapore and Batavia. All others have no repair more. Okay. And for oil, this is the same. I took Palmbang, and there's still some small damage. Medan only 2. Miri, this starts with 150 damage. I took the base, I think, with 170 damage, so 20 more additional damage. In Surabaya, yeah, I don't have supplies in Surabaya, so I stop the repair. But the rest looks all fine. And this is more or less in combination. So this is the refineries that consume this crude oil. And I still have too less crude oil to feed the refineries in the long run. But I have, I think, still 3 million tons of crude oil somewhere around the empire. So I think I have roughly for 900 days enough oil to feed this. So I don't know if I really ever will run out of crude oil. Maybe into 44 or beginning of 45. We will see. Okay, good. And see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.